Hi, I'm Clair Mellenthin and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be creating a grief quilt, which is an art-based play therapy intervention to use with children and teens and families who have experienced recent grief and loss. And what we know about grief and loss, especially in children, is that children just developmentally lack the language ability to communicate what these big feelings are inside. And sometimes that can be hard for the adults around them when they're trying to reach and connect and the child doesn't have language. And so sometimes when a child is experiencing grief, they may distract, they may refuse to talk about it, they may start having a lot of regressive symptoms like maybe bedwetting or talking in baby talk or this kind of significant clinginess that occurs, and that's the child trying to communicate. But now what we're going to give the child is an opportunity to show what their feelings are. Because through art, you don't have to have words. That old saying, a picture tells 1,000 words, is so true, especially in play therapy. And so all you're going to need for this is watercolors and a white piece of paper. And you can make this as big as you want it to be. But you can also just keep it really simple. And sometimes, especially for younger children, or when you're in that acute phase of grief where it's just so big you have no idea what it is inside. But what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper and you're going to fold it into fours. Because what we know about feelings is you never feel just one feeling. It's impossible. And grief is no different. And in fact, with grief, there's such a multitude of feelings that happen that it's important that we honor and give a name to each part of this. And so what you have the child do is in your quadrants, you're going to have them just start identifying all the different feelings that they feel, and then they're going to draw a picture to represent that feeling. And so an example of this is an example of one from a session I did a long time ago. The child was able to identify feeling mad. And then this quadrant, you can see this is how they chose to represent the mad and sad. But they also found that there was some happiness inside. And, you know, part of this was due to the child's spiritual beliefs, that they recognized that through their belief system, you know, grief and loss is real and it's permanent, and they believe that they'll be together forever again. So there was some happiness and joy in that, knowing that for that child in particular, this didn't mean that it was the end. And then they were excited for what the future holds. So this was also where they found their hope. And so this is just one little example of this, but you can see how this can become a great big quilt, because this would just be the first step of that. And so I hope you take this and use it and make it your own. If you have questions, don't forget to write them in the comment box. I try as hard as I can to answer them. And feel free to check out my website where I have several blogs on grief and loss, and especially for parents that are out there, how to recognize grief and help your child work through this. I have some great blog articles in there. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and we'll see you soon.